Today's story, friends, I want to share with you was sent to me by my dear friend Yossi Parish. He just lost his brother Levi. Yossi's still sitting Shivin at Yisrael. Levi Parish is a bit older than me. He died suddenly, it appears, with a short illness. I remember him well from 770. He was a Chassidic Bocher, Chassid. They are, Yossi and Levi, grandchildren of the legendary Chassid Avram Parish, which we should tell you stories about. I think I did, but if I didn't, we should tell you stories about the legendary Zayder. Everything we're learning in this Maimah here, that's what he was. He was his discussions
and his other Zayder, Fola.
And his other Zayder, Yael's father, Fola Khan, yeah. So Yossi Pardi sent me a voice note that his brother, like 2 voice notes, that his brother Levi had recently shared with the family in the family chat. And he said to me, Yossi asked me to share it with everybody, and it's inspiring, and it'll be Le'ila in the Shemosai of Levi Parish. He lived in London. He was the Mashpia in London. So I think he was a teacher and the Mashpia of Anash. And as we'll see in the second story, which I guess I'll tell you next week, his devotion to the Mitzvahim, the Rebbe's mitzvah campaigns was without compromise, constant and always. But here's a story that he told. He told this story, I've been listening to it, he told this story on the family chat in connection with the yard site of their sister, Shana, I don't know who she is. She tells the following story. There was a person who had lost his only child. And completely shattered and broken. He had lost all reason to live. So this person was in Yechidus. And he came out of Yechidus transformed, the light back in his eyes and the chayis, and he related what happened. So I said he came into Yechidus to the Rebbe and he starts crying. Rebbe, I lost my only child. I have no reason to get up in the morning. I lost everything. And the Rebbe cried with me. And we were crying. After some time, when we had both calmed, the Rebbe said to me, I want to ask you a question. Tell me, he said. If you knew that your son was in another place, but this is a place that you can't communicate with him and he can't communicate with you, but he's happy there, would you be okay? He said, yeah. He said, what if you knew that you could send him packages, gifts? Now he can't acknowledge that he received them, but you know that he got them, and you know that he's very happy that you gave him these gifts. Would you send him these gifts? I said, sure. Of course, the Rebbe. So the Rebbe then continued. Your son is in Gan Eden. Till Mashiach comes, we cannot communicate with the Gan Eden, but he is in Gan Eden, and the gifts that you send him, the Kaddish that you say, the mitzvahs, you are bringing him much nachas. I don't know if the Rebbe has added this, and he eagerly awaits it from you. Until we are reunited, all of us here, physically, when Mashiach comes. And he came out of Yechidus, and that gave him. I just want to add something to this story. In the story, that's what he tells. Levi tells the story. Levi was a person. You hear him speak. He was full of chayis and energy always. He was a firecracker. He tells the story with such energy, such emotion. He had a hoarse voice. I just want to add to the story. What the Rebbe said, that's not new. You read this in the books, and I'm sure it was told to him too. I don't know if the person himself was a chassid observant or not. I have no idea who the person was. But really, the main part of the story is that the Rebbe cried with him. It's not that, the Rebbe has the answer. Here, I'm going to give you a new perspective. That new perspective only touched him and works when the Rebbe, he felt and saw how the Rebbe feels his pain. That's a Rebbe. And then the Rebbe's answer in words, having warmed his heart and opened his heart and connected to his heart. The Rebbe is not speaking to him like this, preaching to him but like this. And such words have an effect.